All right, let's get started. Today, we're going to do a little bit of detective work. We're taking a word you probably use all the time, and we're going to uncover this hidden story inside it that tells us something really cool about language itself.
You know, every single word we use, it has a history, right? A job it's supposed to do. But here's the fun part. Sometimes, in the most normal, everyday words, there's this little clue, a tiny thread, that if you pull on it, unravels this whole other world hiding right under our noses. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So, let's dive right in. Our subject for today, a word you couldn't get more simple or familiar with if you tried. The word is young.
Okay, so as an adjective, it's super straightforward. The dictionary basically says you haven't been alive that long. You know, like in a young girl or a young lion. It's one of those basic ideas, one of the very first words we learn to describe things. Pretty simple, right? But here's where it starts to get interesting. This word is, well, it's flexible. It's not just an adjective. It can also be a noun. Think about how we say, a mother feeding its young. See? It's playing two totally different roles in our language. And that is our very first clue that maybe, just maybe, there's more going on here than we thought. So while I was looking at this super simple dictionary entry for young, something unusual stood out. It's so easy to miss, just this little piece of information tucked away, a small note. It almost feels like a secret message, hidden in plain sight. And here it is, this one little sentence that just changes everything. Young is on the Basic English 850 list. Whoa, suddenly our little word isn't so simple anymore. It's part of something official, a list. What on earth is the Basic English 850 list? Well, that's the mystery we're about to crack. This is it. This is the big question. That one little note is like a key that unlocks a door, taking us from a simple definition into this whole other world, a world where language is actually designed. So, again, what is this list? All right, to really get why our word young is so special, we have to figure out what this basic English thing is all about. It really all boils down to one number, 850. And trust me, this is not just some random number. It's the key. It's the foundation for a whole system of communication. So, what is it? The Basic English 850 list is? Well, it's a specially built vocabulary. Just 850 words, but these words were handpicked because they're powerful enough to say almost anything you need to say. The whole idea was to create a super clear, simple version of English for international communication, something anyone, anywhere in the world could learn fast and use effectively. It's all about getting the most bang for your buck, linguistically speaking. Maximum meaning, minimum words. Okay, so think about it. The English language has what? Hundreds of thousands of words. So why young? What's so special about this word that it made the cut for this super exclusive club of just 850 words? And this really breaks it down perfectly. First off, versatility. Like we said, it's an adjective and a noun, so one word is doing the work of two. That's just smart. Then there's clarity. It has a really clear, simple opposite, old. You can't get much clearer than that. And finally, and this is a big one, universality. The idea of being young is something everybody, everywhere, in every culture understands. It's a fundamental part of being human. So you see how this little journey into one simple word has suddenly opened up this much bigger idea, right? The story of young isn't really about a dictionary definition. It's about the very architecture, the blueprint of how we communicate with each other. And that's really the big takeaway here. The secret that was hiding in that dictionary entry is that simplicity can be an incredibly powerful tool. By intentionally picking just a small set of hardworking, universal words, you can actually build a system that makes really complex ideas understandable for everybody. It just goes to show, sometimes less really is more. So that leaves me with one final question for you. We have so many words to choose from. It's almost infinite. But what if you didn't? What if you only had those 850 words to express everything you feel and think? What would be the most important thing you'd need to say? What would be the very first thing?